Welcome back to the class, everyone. Despite the fact that we just got done with May the 4th and all the celebrations that came with that, we already have announced via data mine that we are getting bonus drops specifically honing in on the Gungan faction here in a few weeks. And it gets better than that. If you already had the Gungans completely done with, you get some nice Zetas and Chirotechs. So to give a few more details on what I just previously mentioned, we do have bonus drops confirmed via data mine, and if you're wondering where that data mine came from, it came from this slew of text that can be found on the SWGOH.gg event server. I will link that in the description, just in case you don't want to have to wait for Calvin to get off work to be informed about these things as soon as we know them. And this is pretty much how the split is being taken up. There are 4 different types of energy, as we all know in game, excluding Conquest energy that never really gets to be a part of these bonuses. And how this is going to work is going to be very similar to the Cal Kestis event that we just had, and quite frankly, several other events that have appeared like this before, where if you do not have the character at 7 stars, you do not have 330 shards of them, then when you go to Cantina, you are going to be getting shards of Phalanx, and the same for Fleet. If you already have Tarpals completed, or rather if you don't have them completed, you will start getting shards of them. The kicker is, once you do have 330 shards of Boudier or Tarpals or Phalanx, depending on the energy, you will start getting another type of resource. In this case, we kind of already have it formatted out here. If you already have Phalanx 7 stars and you go on it to a Cantina node, pretty much any of them, you are going to end up getting Zeta drops instead of Phalanx drops, or actually sometimes they've been rewarding both, but I don't think that's working as intended. Regardless, you do end up getting a lot of these nice bonuses. And I realize this might be a little bit sad for some people because a lot more people need, say, Zetas and Chirotechs than just need Gungans. But I do think this is good news. I mean, free anything is nice. This isn't really going to cost us anything. And quite frankly, we know that the Naboo/Gungan raid is going to be coming up very soon. CG has already stated that they typically want the cadence between the 2 different raids to be about 8 to 9 months. And considering the last raid came out in November, it means we're going to be due for one in a month or 2. This is also really nice because you need all 4 Gungans to be able to get Jar Jar to actually have the full team. So hopefully by doing or being able to be a part of these bonus drops from these nodes, you'll be able to get enough to unlock him and not only just have some spare Gungans to throw around in the raid, but you'll actually have the ideal team that can be used in it. Now, as far as drop rates go, we don't obviously have anything official because this hasn't even, I don't even believe this has been officially announced by CG themselves. Again, we found it via data mine. But at the same time, I believe from what other people have said, these drop rates are typically pretty good. I will try to do some more research now, between now and then. I mean, we do have like a 10-day gap between now and the end of the event, or even 12. So there's quite a bit of time to prepare. So what you can do now, for those out of you who really want Gungans and or really want to be able to perform well in the raid for your guild or for yourself, I know there's rewards on both sides of that coin, now is going to probably be the time, because in addition to farming whatever you're normally farming on Cantina, let's say Signal Data or Fleet for your Bronzium salvage or mods just for mods, you can, in addition to that, get more of these shards and hopefully speed up that cadence a little bit. One of the things that was announced when we originally got Jar Jar is they said that his second coming was going to be 3 months after, so we don't really have this unfortunate guessing game to wondering if he's going to come a month after or if he's going to come 6 months after, which has happened in the past. We have it pretty much confirmed that he will be back within 3 months, which means he'll be back probably right as the raid is starting or maybe a little bit after. So again, these shards become that much more valuable because the raids only last for about 8 or 9 months. And these are going to be important for you to be able to leverage Jar Jar at the very beginning. Because here's the thing, if you miss Jar Jar at his second coming in, let's say, August or whenever it is, it'll probably be at least another 3 months. And by that point, we might be halfway through the raid, considering they last for 8 months and it'll be 4 after. So this does become a really keen opportunity. If your guild is going to be pushing this, this is a pretty big deal, because the only other way to be able to get these shards even faster than that is going to be by buying them through shipments or just accelerating by spending more crystals and not really gaining anything extra. Whereas through this method, again, assuming the drop rates are good, you're going to be able to get everything that you already needed. In addition to that, throw the Gungan shards on top of it. So I do like how well-rounded it is. I do realize it is a bit odd that, again, I myself do have Gungans fully maxed out just because of how I planned and how much quite frankly, crystal stockpile I had. But I probably don't need Zetas and Kairos as much as the average player out there. But again, it's always cool to see CG do stuff for free, regardless of the fact that it might not make the most sense when you start looking deeper into it. But this is basically a way to not cheat out any of the people who spent money or planned really thoroughly to be able to get those characters. So that is coming. Again, we probably will have a video at some later point talking about when you should start hoarding energy, if you should start hoarding energy, depending on where the drop rates are, and then what is the most economical way to do things. But be aware that this is happening. It can be important, and it might be good idea to start hoarding your crystals now, purely because certain people who are paycheck to paycheck with crystals with their daily income, you might not have enough to take full advantage of it if you don't start saving now. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, stay awesome.